Hello everybody, it's just me today, but I was came out here to show y'all what some wild mushrooms look like, and I was going to be picking some mushrooms for y'all today, and we're going to take them home and Mama's going to fry them up for y'all. But I already spotted a few of them here earlier in the week, and I was waiting for them to grow because they was too small to pick then. So I figured I'd come back now, and they seem like they're big enough to pick now. So I was going to do this video for y'all so y'all could see the process of finding them and picking them, how you pick them, and then Mama's going to cook them for y'all later. But they're real hard to find, and there's different names for them. They're called molly moochers, morels, or they're called morchellas is like the actual names for them. But here's one of them right here. I don't know if y'all could see it from this far back. If I go in, it just gets bigger and bigger, and here it is. And they call them land fish because it smells like a fish and it kind of tastes like a fish. And some people just pluck them, but the professionals, they always cut the bottom of it. So you cut the bottom of it like this, and there it is, one mushroom. And then you got to get a bag like this. I already found one earlier at a different spot, but you got to get a mesh bag like this to put them in because it's got spores on it. And if you just pluck it and put it in like a Walmart bag, the spores ain't going to spread. And if you put it in a bag like this, the spores will fall off and it'll spread them as you're walking. So you got to put them in a little mesh bag. And there's a bunch more over here. I've done spotted probably 15 at this spot earlier in the week, and so I come back today to pluck them for y'all and make a video out of it to show y'all what it's like living in West Virginia. You gotta be careful because it's real slick down here. And they grow in moist or damp places. If it's moist and damp and shaded, I don't think they grow in direct sunlight because I guess the sun just cooks them. Here's another one right here. Just slice the bottom of it. I normally don't even slice them. I normally just pick them. But for this video, I don't want anybody to get mad and say that I didn't do it right. So I'm gonna do it how the old timers do it. And everybody's got their own spots. And it's hard to find you a good mushroom spot. So you can't really ask anybody where's a good spot at either. Here's another one. If you ask somebody, like an old timer, where they're at and where you could find them at, they'll say, if I tell you, I'll have to kill you. And that's what they always say. So you can't ask somebody where's the spot at. You just got to go and find your own spots, and it takes a few years to find your own spots. It's actually good spots. And some of the spots that I know of, I found myself. Some of them was passed down to me by my Uncle Delbert, and my mom showed me this spot specifically. This is one of my favorite spots. My mom showed me this spot. But there was a couple of them there, and here's a whole bunch over here. See, this one was too much in the sunlight, and it's not going to grow anymore. It was the same size probably 3 days ago, and it's just getting smaller. It's dried up. So this one wasn't going to grow anymore. It would have just died. But if it's real moist on the top of it, you'll know that it was still growing and could have got bigger. But if you don't pluck them whenever you see them normally, there's so many people that hunt them still that they'll be found before they even have a chance to get big. But these ones is real big. There's 3 of them in this one little spot. And they do get huge. They get probably a quarter pound each. These ones are just hardly nothing, but they're still, these ones are actually decent sized. But it's still really early in the year. They just now started coming up probably a week ago. See, it's a pretty good one. I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can for y'all. Just gonna try to make a short informational video. Hopefully be an enjoyable video for you guys to watch. And just toss them in the bag. And this one's a really good size one too. And my mama, I don't really even like them that much, but my mama and my papa, They absolutely love them, and my mom loves them. Basically, everybody loves them, but I think they're all right. I'll eat them, but it's not something that I just love so much. But my mama loves them a lot. That's mainly the only reason that I really come to pick them is for her and my pawpaw. And they'll eat them as fast as I can bring them in. And I know I said that I shouldn't tell y'all about the spot, but for most of y'all don't live close around here, so I don't care to show y'all. Here's the church right here. If you guys know where one of the last videos that we did of when we was driving, and we told y'all the holler that Mama used to live in when she was a little girl is called Ewan's Creek Holler. Well, this is that same holler. This is Ewan's Creek Holler that I'm in right now. And Mama used to live up in here when she was a little girl, and she would walk all the way out of this holler and go to church. And this is a Ewan's Creek church. This is where I grew up going to church at. And there's a graveyard. I don't know if y'all could see it. It's all the way over there. That's the graveyard. That's where Mama's mom and dad is buried, or her mom is buried, and my papa's mom and dad is buried over there. And my papa's brother is buried over there, and his wife. Basically the family graveyard over there. And I have already looked through here, so I don't know if there's going to be any more, because they do spring up overnight. After about, it could go from nothing at all to really big within probably 2 days. They just grow right up in no time. So even though I've already been through here, there could be another one through here that wasn't up then, but done came up by now. That's why I was going through here again. But there was a few more over here. And some of these, I don't know if I should pick or not, because this one is pretty small here. And I know it's still growing. See, there it is. It's real small. It's probably the size of my thumb. And it's still growing because it's real moist on the top. So I might just go ahead and leave that one here for now. I'll come back when it's real big, like them other ones that I plucked a minute ago. They was that size the last time I was here. So now that one's maybe a couple more days and it'll be big enough to come back and pluck. And this one was real small last time I was here too, and it's a decent size now, big enough to pick. It's all the way back there. All the way back in them briars. I'm gonna have to dig back through there to grab it. And when I first came up through here, there was one right over there. I plucked it already. It was right here in this spot. If y'all see one on the video that I didn't see, let me know in the comments that you think you saw one that I missed. Just say you missed one in the comments if I missed one. Now I'm gonna try to reach back here and pluck this one. Look at these big old briars here. This is what keeps the people away from them. See, this one's like a little bite-sized one. And whenever you prepare them, I'll let Mama show you all that part, but there's a few different steps to preparing them. Like you sprinkle salt on them, and you got to cut them in half because sometimes there's bugs up in there. Here's a real big one that I walked right past that I didn't see this time or last time or any time that I've been here. And it's a good one. So this one must have came up within the past 2 days, and it's got this big within 2 days. But I'll let Mama show y'all the steps and the process to cooking them. And there's different ways that you can cook them. You could batter them or just fry them plain how it is. So here's a good one. Whenever I left, my mama seen me carrying this bag, and I told her this is my mushroom bag. She said, I hope you fill it all the way up. Yeah, I already got a good bit in there just from since I've been filming. But I hope y'all enjoy the video. And I hope y'all have a good time out here seeing the wilderness. Here's something that y'all might not want to see. Big old giant spider with eggs on its butt. Humongous spider. Sorry about that. Y'all could pause it there or fast forward if you want to. Skip that part. But here's a wild and wonderful West Virginia. Nothing but mountains and hills and trees. And this is how close I am to the road. The road is right there, probably 10 feet away. Most people go way back in the mountains. They go miles back and they hike for miles to find their molly mooching spot. But this is a really good spot where you don't have to go far. It's right off the side of the road, literally. It's another reason why it's one of my favorite spots. Because I don't got to walk for 2 hours to get there. And there's a few more over here. There's a little one there. That one's still wet and it's kind of small, but I think it's big enough to pick. Might just go ahead and pick it. And I thought there was another one. Yeah, here it is. The little tiny one here. That one's still white on the bottom, so I might leave that one. The people come to these spots a lot, and I don't know if they know about this exact location, but I come up through here every now and then and see people sitting and looking for mushrooms. Another way to tell if it's dying or not is if it's brown on the bottom like that and it starts to turn brown on the bottom, then that means it's dying. This one over here is white on the bottom, so I know it's not dying yet, and it's still moist on the top. If it's dried on the top, that means it's dying. So I went ahead and plucked this one, I guess. I just left that one there, so it might get real big. I'll put it in my bag. And here's another one here. Sometimes the bottom of it don't mean that it's dying or not, but sometimes it does, like that one. See, this one's still wet on the top, so I know it's probably good. It probably would have kept growing. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick them today because I've been watching them for a week now, and I don't want somebody else to come up through here and find this spot. I already got a good little sack full. Probably a week ago when I came up here, this might have been like a small handful because they was all real small. Another one right here. And I got a few other good spots that I'm going to be going to after this video. But for this video, I'm just going to end it after I pluck all the ones that I know of in this spot, which is only one more. I'm just going to leave that one over there to see if it gets any bigger. There's another good one over here. This might be the biggest one yet. It's like a little golf ball. This one's growing real weird too. But they definitely would have got bigger. I just figured I'd pluck them now before it's too late. And if somebody come through here and plucked them all, that wouldn't even be the worst part. The worst part would be that means that they would come back every year. And just keep plucking them every year. Every time I see these little walnuts, I always think that's one of them because it looks just like it, except for it's different color. And they do come in different colors. There's brown ones, white ones, and then there's gray ones. The gray ones, they just call them the grays, and that's it. The other ones don't really have a name. They just call them white or whatever. But the hardest ones to find are the grays or the brown ones. The white ones, you can spot them from real far off. Like if there was a white one all the way over there, I'd be able to see it far away. Or I could spot it over here on this hillside. But the gray ones and the brown ones, they blend in so perfectly with the leaves that you could just walk right past them or step on them or anything. But I guess that's all for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing them, the mushrooms, and watching me find them. I hope y'all enjoyed the scenery. And I'm gonna take them back and let Mama prepare them for y'all. And she's gonna cook them up for y'all on a video. So let us know in the comments if y'all have seen these before, or if you've made these before, or found these before, or if you have them in your state, or if you don't have them in your state. Just let us know in the comments, because the more information you get about them, the better hunter you'll be. But I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. We love y'all. God bless y'all. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all on the next one.